I saw the verses, man. No Limit against Cash Money. You know, Baby was out there looking like he didn't know what he was talking about. BG was barely hanging. Juvenile carried the whole thing, but Juvenile always was one of the best rappers out the group. Him and Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Mia X did her thing. Snoop came out there. They all did their thing, man. It was nice to see, man. I like how No Limit came out with the camouflage. You know, everybody was in unison. I think if Cash Money would have all came out wearing white tees with the Cash Money chains, that would have been dope. They would have just came out with all white tees with the Cash Money chains to match the No Limit, because that was their thing. The all white tee with the Cash Money chain. I think if they would have did that, that would have been dope. But you know, it was good for the culture, man. You know, back in the day, a lot of people don't know that No Limit was out for like 4 years before Cash Money even came out and blew up. So No Limit had a bigger start. I think No Limit was big for putting on the South. Cash Money had a bunch of better individual artists than No Limit. No Limit had Master P, and that was it. C Murder was like their injury. C Murder went to prison. C Murder would have been one of them dudes. But no, Cash Money had Lil Wayne, BG, Juvenile, you know, Baby. They had a bunch of individual stars. But it's almost like a tie, you know what I'm saying? Because they both did a whole lot. P did a lot for the South. Cash Money did a lot for New Orleans in the South. So they both did their thing. It was great to see. And then it was good to see them come together because, you know, it was real smoke with them back in the day. Some people died between their beefs they had back in the day. It got kind of serious between that No Limit Cash Money. And a lot of people don't know they two projects is at war. That was a real thing. The Calio projects and the Magnolia, they two projects that they was coming from was at war in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But the one thing I really want to talk about that people really don't talk about, that P don't talk about, Master P got his starts in Richmond, California. That's why you on the default, you see Richmond, California. Like I'm not trying to be like that. A lot of people trying to give me flack for saying this on my other channel, but Master P started, if it wasn't from Richmond, California in the Bay Area, it would be no Master P. He got his whole start in the Bay. He used to have No Limit Records right there on Richmond, California. Silk and them went to school out there. You see Master P, go look it up. He got an album called West Coast Bad Boys 1 and 2. When Pac died, he was all over that. Master P didn't know if he wanted to be from the Bay or from New Orleans, but he was really from New Orleans, but go look it up. You see on the default, it say Richmond on his hat. That's because when he first came out, he used to be claiming Richmond. When Master P first came out, he used to claim Richmond, California. He didn't even claim New Orleans. It's pictures of him, C Murder, and with Richmond across their thing. Now, I don't know if it's because New Orleans wasn't big back then. I don't think no rappers from New Orleans was big back then, so they said they was from Richmond. But he learned the independent hustle from JT the Bigger Figure. He learned the Bay Area's independent hustle because we always had a real big, in the Bay Area, we had a real big independent scene. He learned that, went to New Orleans to start up No Limit. So I'm just like, man, while No Limit and Cash Money, you know, they hot right now, everybody talking about them, I just want to get it out there that Master P started in my small city, Richmond, California. Type in Master P, Richmond, California, Google it. You'll see like the first like 5 years of Master P career. Cause see, Master P blew up from New Orleans like around like 95, 96, but he was out in the Bay Area where I'm from like in 92, 93, early. So I give props to him for coming out there and doing this thing and learning our hustle. But like Master P, at some point, bro, like Master P, at some point, bro, like you gotta say Richmond. You gotta just at least, you know, do a vlog in Richmond or do a walkthrough or just, you gotta some kind of way you gotta do a segment with just Richmond. Cause how you gonna, it's cool, I know you really from New Orleans, I get that. All your documentaries about the Calio, your brothers from Calio, you from New Orleans, Calio, but you can't just leave out the whole beginning of your rap career, bro. The first people that bought your albums and stuff, you was an underground, remember you was a Bay Area underground rapper with E40 and Tupac and JT and Forte. You was another one of them Bay Area local dudes, man, picked up the independent hustle and went to New Orleans, man. So like, let's keep it real, P. But I appreciate, you know, I appreciate the verses. That was a beautiful thing, man. But the one thing I'm gonna do is let people know, without Richmond, California, or without the Bay Area independent hustle, it would be no Master P.